Welcome back to Dabbler in a Box Season 1. This is Episode 3, and today we're going to be taking a road trip all around the land of 10,000 lakes to find out more about the history and brewing traditions and cultures of our greater Minnesota breweries. Today's episode is going to take us on a road trip along some of Minnesota's most beautiful water features, starting down in the Minnesota River Valley in New Ulm at Shellsbury Brewing Company, all the way up to the mighty Mississippi in St. Cloud, Minnesota at Beaver Island. And then we're going to the very top of the state in War Road, Minnesota for Lake of the Woods Brewing Company. You know, Schell Brewing Company is actually the second oldest family-owned brewery in the entire country, but you might not notice it when you first try a sip of one of their double dry hopped lagers in the Shift Happens series. This series really represents a change that's happening as the fifth generation of brewers and owners takes over at Schell's Brewing Company. We're about to meet two of the members of that family, Jace and Kyle Marty.
My name is Kyle Marty. I'm the VP of Operations here at Schell's Brewery. The brewery was started in 1860 by August Schell. Emma Marty steps in the 30s. She's actually the daughter of August Schell. She's at the helm for about 6 years. This is pretty relatively unheard of at the time to have a woman at the helm at the brewery. 1986, that's when Ted Marty, my father, takes over as the president. He gets us into that initial stages of the craft beer boom. Turn to the 2000s, 2002, he buys Grainbelt, makes us the biggest brewery overnight in Minnesota. 2010, we celebrate our 150th anniversary here at the brewery with a bunch of different things. My brother, Jace, who's a brewmaster, starts taking on some of the reins. I become a little more involved. And then here we are in 2020. There's all 5 of us here at the brewery, and we're all working, whether we like it or not, together. In the past, we've been stoic Germans, just thinking that German lagers is the way to go. The consumer wants more than that, so us being able to adapt and kind of innovate and bring out brands and styles that people want versus just what we want to drink around here has been kind of a change in thinking. You also have kind of a change in leadership that's happening here. My father, Ted, and Jody, for that matter, are both looking at retiring here this year. So you've got kind of the next guard coming in, and with that comes some changes in the way of thinking. You'll see a lot more new styles, new brands, things like that, a little more turnover in terms of the portfolio that maybe hasn't been the case in years past.
The beer I'm talking about today is our Shift Happens, which is kind of a special beer for us. It's part of our 160th anniversary, which is happening this year in 2020. Shift Happens is kind of a departure from our traditional roots and kind of transitioning us into more modern styles of beers. And so with Shift Happens, we wanted to kind of take our inspiration from modern New England style IPAs, but still hang on to our lager roots. And so it's kind of a blend of those two different styles. Started with a malt bill that wanted to accentuate kind of that creaminess that you get with New England IPAs, so a lot of oats and a lot of wheat to kind of really get that soft, creamy mouthfeel. But we wanted to have different flavors of hop combinations for each individual release. So the one that is part of the Dabbler in a Box is a combination of Citra, Eldorado, and Glacier hops, so very punchy, West Coast newer varieties of hops. So if you enjoy the second version of our Shift Happens, look forward to number 3, Shift Happens number 3, which is featuring all New Zealand hop varieties. New Zealand has a very distinct flavor profile. I get a lot of fruity pebbles, mango papaya. It's a really distinct character, so look for that coming up.
From my family to yours, I know there's a million beers out there that you guys can all drink. I appreciate you spending some time with us and drinking our beers here today.
We hope you've enjoyed our Shift Happens beer. We look forward to seeing you in the beer garden. Cheers.
Prost.
Thanks to Jace and Kyle for showing us around Schell's historic brewery and for telling us about Shift Happens number 2. Because Shift happens quickly, Shift Happens number 3 is on shelves right now at liquor stores. Now we're headed up to the heart of central Minnesota in St. Cloud, where we're going to meet with Chris from Beaver Island Brewing Company to talk about their Minnesota classic Vienna lager, crisp, refreshing, perfect for the patio.
Hi, my name is Chris Lam. I am the brewmaster here at Beaver Island Brewing Company. Welcome to our production facility right outside of town. I started brewing professionally in 1996. I met up with my partners, Matt and Nick, about 6 years ago, and the brewery started 5 years ago. As you see, this is our production facility outside of St. Cloud, Minnesota. This is where we do the majority of our brewing and packaging out here. We do have a taproom production facility downtown St. Cloud also. The public doesn't see this facility too much. This is kind of our fortress of solitude. We do about 5,000 barrels a year total. For Dabbler in a Box Season 1, we are contributing our Vienna lager, which is called Classic. It's a super easy drinking lager. So in Minnesota Classic, you will find some Pils malt, some Vienna malt, of course a lager yeast. That's really super clean house lager yeast. The real special thing is we use hops from Spalt, Germany, which is St. Cloud's sister city. We have a relationship with them. The brewery in Spalt is over 500 years old, and they are the last municipally owned brewery in Germany. So it's a really unique and super exciting partnership. We have some core beers that we do here at Beaver Island. We do, of course, the classic Vienna lager. We do Ripple, which is based on a Kolsch. We also do a blueberry variation of that beer. We do Axtrager IPA, which is all Minnesota hops and Minnesota malt. And we do Sweet Miss, which is our chocolate oatmeal stout. And we do 2 variations on that beer that are available in a 12-pack in the fall-winter, a peanut butter and a coffee vanilla. Our big release coming at the end of July here will be our Oktoberfest beer. Again, we use the Spalt hops in that beer. Very classic Märzen style lager. We actually won a Great American Beer Cup medal for that beer. And also the Growler magazine has rated it #1 Oktoberfest in the state twice. So at our downtown facility, we do kind of our one-off beers. We recently did a Berliner Weiss for our anniversary. We do Mugsy's Coffee Lager there, which is just an amazing lager with a little bit of some African varieties of coffee that are a little bit more on the fruity side. We also have a barrel program too. We've got a bunch of Berliner Weiss down at that facility that's aging in oak. And we've got Russian Imperial Stout out here that we're aging in oak too. So we like to release those from time to time just to kind of keep interest up. Thanks for considering us in Dabbler in a Box. We hope you enjoy the classic. We sure do. And cheers.
Thanks to Chris and Beaver Island Brewing Company for showing us around. You can grab a 6-pack of these crispy boys at your local liquor store. All right, well, I hope you packed some snacks and maybe a little bit of reading material, because this next road trip, it's gonna be a pretty long one. We're headed all the way up to War Road, Minnesota, the northernmost brewery in Minnesota, Lake of the Woods Brewing Company. We're about to try their Citra Dry Hop Light Lager Channel Marker.
Hi Dabblers, Brittany Peterson with Lake of the Woods Brewing Company. I am the head of sales for our War Road location, so I manage all of the sales of cans, kegs, growlers, tap room for Minnesota. Originally, Lake of the Woods Brewing Company opened in 1898 in Kenora, Ontario, which is on the north shore of Lake of the Woods. Most recently, we also opened a tap room and production facility in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We have a 15-barrel brewing system at Lake of the Woods Brewing Company. There are 2 main brewers that are full-time. They do amazing work back there, and they actually supply our whole state with the beer that we distribute. We are Minnesota's northernmost brewery, and even more cool, we are the contiguous United States northernmost brewery. One of our best sellers is our blonde ale. We've got a Kolsch that's quickly become a very popular beer, especially within our tap room. That's definitely the #1 seller. And then we have our cult favorite, which would be our Forgotten Lake Blueberry Ale. So we definitely specialize in the light, crushable, easy drinking beers. Lake of the Woods is not just a lake, it is a destination. People know the lake, they want to be here, they have great memories here, so we want to bring Lake of the Woods to everyone throughout the state. We have plans to distribute into Wisconsin, Iowa, North and South Dakota as well, so the sky is definitely the limit. You are going to open your Dabbler box and you're going to see a beautiful lime green can in there. That is Channel Marker Lager. That is our newest SKU on the lineup. We're quickly seeing that it is rising fast among the ranks. It is a lager. It's light, manageable, easy drinking with a 4% alcohol by volume. Some of you may be wondering what the number on my shirt stands for. The number is 14,522, and I'm going to let you think on that for a minute while I enjoy our channel marker. Cheers. So, the number stands for, drumroll, the number of islands on Lake of the Woods. And we definitely hope that you can come and visit us and check that out soon.
Like a lot of stuff in northern Minnesota, Lake of the Woods Brewing Company has more than a little Canada in their DNA. In their case, the Canadian side of their brewery has a rich history dating back more than 100 years. But don't think that that makes them old-fashioned. They shared this wonderful video with us that's a little bit of a parody of the Miami Vice series from the 80s. Check it out.
Stone took third, Gross took second.
Everybody freeze! Party's over, dirtbags! Let's go! Go, 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 go! For it. Damn it!
Come in, dispatch. This is Bravo Echo Echo Romeo. Suspect spotted heading south on Lake of the Woods. We are in pursuit. Copy that, Bravo Echo Echo Romeo.
Not my fault.
Lake of the Woods Brewing Company, now brewing in the United States of America. No smuggling required.
Don't worry. The criminal always returns to the scene of a crime.
You don't know jack shit.
That's fair.
Next week on Lake of the Woods Vice, our villains try to smuggle beer into Manitoba. And learn once more, no smuggling required.
Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of Dabbler in a Box, season 1. Make sure you tune in to episode 4, where we're going to be taking a look at some breweries with some really unique perspectives from around the upper Midwest.